This video shows you how to create and use items in your Blueworks Live Glossary. A Blueworks Live Glossary allows you to define and store key elements used across all your managed accounts. The glossary helps you achieve consistency and encourage best practices for authoring Blueworks Live artifacts. Only contributors and editors can be granted access to the glossary. All glossary participants can view items in the glossary. Only editors can be granted permission to create new glossary items and perform glossary management tasks, such as merging items and exporting the glossary. To access the glossary, go to the Library page and open the Glossary tab. Glossary items are grouped into several categories based on the type of information provided during process documentation, such as participants, business owners and experts, systems, and goals. Your glossary might have additional categories that correspond to the process properties defined by the account administrator. Each glossary item has a name, a description, and a visibility status. Glossary items can be created directly in the glossary editor and indirectly during process documentation. For example, when I type a new name for a business owner in one of the activities in badge request process, this name is added to the glossary. I can find the new item quickly using the glossary filter. Using the filter can save you a lot of time if you work with a long item list in a category. To use the filter, open the category that the item belongs to and type the name in the filter box. You can create items directly in the glossary only for the Input-Output category and define their type or contents. To create an Input-Output item, click New Input-Output and type the item's name. To specify a type, click Select Type and choose either a simple type, such as text or decimal, or custom type, such as address or account number. An input-output item can also contain other items. For example, a customer information item contains both an account number and a customer address. If you want to create a more complex item that consists of multiple existing glossary items, click Select Contents. The items you add are moved to Current Content section. Each glossary item is set to one of the following visibility types: always visible and preferred, and only visible when used. Only users with Manage and Edit permissions can change these settings. To change an item's visibility setting, click the icon of your preferred setting. But let's take a closer look at each setting and its function. Items set to Always Visible are listed as Type Ahead suggestions in Field drop-down menu for the appropriate category. If I want to add more information in the process diagram view, when I start typing Security, I see a Security suggestion in the drop-down menu because Security is set to Always Visible in the glossary. The Always Visible helps you establish consistency within a category that contains a lot of terms. When you create items in the Input-Output category from within the glossary editor, the visibility of these items is set to Always Visible by default. Items set to Always Visible and Preferred are listed in the field drop-down menus before the user types any characters. For instance, back in the process diagram view, I need to add a problem to the Create Badge activity. And when I open the Problems tab, badges are taken more than 2 weeks to issue is listed as a suggestion before I start typing anything. The Always Visible and Preferred setting helps you enforce the usage of company-wide reviewed and approved terms, which can be useful for categories like Key Performance Indicators or tags. Items set to Only Visible when used are listed only in the glossary editor. They are not presented as type-ahead suggestions in field drop-down menus. Only visible when used is the default setting for items you create while documenting your process outside the glossary editor. Let's say I need to add a supplier to the Create Badge activity in the Process Diagram view. So I open the Details dialog and type the name of the contractor company in the Suppliers field. I just created a new glossary item. Now, when I look for the contractor company term in the glossary editor under the Suppliers category, I see its visibility set to Only Visible When Used by default. If I want other users to document their processes consistently using this term, I can change its visibility setting to Always Visible or Always Visible and Preferred. For more videos about Blueworks Live, stay tuned to the YouTube channel.